I thought it might be useful to spend a little bit of time and talk about how it is that Get Promoted in 60 Days came to be. Rod and I were discussing a number of business situations from colleagues and partners and clients, and we were talking about common situations, challenges, and questions that come up, especially with the people that we interact with. We were getting requests with, how do I get promoted? So he brought up that subject to me one day, and he said, I've got a lot of people who are thinking they didn't get a promotion and thought they should have, or want to get a promotion and don't know how to go about it. And there seems to be some interest in that question. And I said, well, that's interesting because I have been in the consulting business for over 2 decades, and I have been on the other side of that. I have probably worked with over, 500, 1,000 managers. I have been in management rating sessions, looking at results. I've looked at 5, 6, 7 different levels of management in large companies. I've looked at what it takes to hire a board member. I've looked at what it takes to hire business partners and whether you want to go into business with someone. I've looked at an entire variety of situations, and I have modeled what does it take to demonstrate the proper capability to be considered for the next level of responsibility, or to kind of go one level beyond where you are. So if you're interested in going one level beyond where you are, and there's a variety of ways that can occur, you could be eligible or be promoted and take your boss's job. You could simply take on a larger scope of responsibility for what you're already doing. You could take on a different job. Maybe you want to start your own business. Maybe you want to go into partnership with somebody else. Maybe you've been asked to be a board member and to give some governance and steering to an existing company, or maybe to a small company who values your business expertise and your acumen. There's a lot of ways you can get to the next level up. This program is actually organized at helping you understand that perspective. So it's kind of interesting when you say, I want to get promoted in 60 days, the fact that you're not already there and you're not already in your new position working at that increased scope of responsibility tells me in some way that you're not promotable or you're not recognized as promotable. And so what does it take to be recognized as promotable? What are the skills, the capabilities, what are the leadership attributes that make that all a slam dunk, that make that obvious? And so I'm going to cut straight to the chase here in the very first few minutes of this program and tell you it's really very simple. You have to change the way you think and act. You have to change your level of focus in your thinking. You have to become more strategic. You have to be clearer and more focused upon results. And you have to be able to work with a wider and a broader variety of people than you might have thought possible. And so this all comes back to you. If you want to get promoted, you have to change. It's not about the system around you changing. It's not about the management above you. It's not about political this and political that. It's none of that. If you want to be promoted in 60 days, or if you want to be recognized as promotable within whatever work you're doing, even if you're a freelance consultant, you could be promoted to take on bigger problems with your clients. That's a promotion of a different sort. If you want to do that, you have to change how you think, how you act, how you show up in the world as a leader, and how you interact with people. It's that simple. There are things like track records and results that also have to be there. There's skills and capabilities that already have to be there. I'm assuming you have those. I'm going to talk to you about how can you show up as a leader? How can you show up as the one who is the obvious choice for tackling the next level of responsibility or scope of job for whoever it is that you're working with. If you are up for the challenge and you are ready to work on you and change how you think, how you act, how you show up, what behaviors you show, what your strategies, what your thinking patterns are, then this program is for you. And if you're not willing to make those changes, and if you still think that the reason you weren't promoted is it's somebody else's fault, it's situational, it's the situation doesn't allow for it, blah, 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 and you're into the 1,000 excuses, this program is not for you. Because what we're going to do in 6 weeks is show you how to change yourself in such a way that you are viewed as a leader, you think and act as a leader at the next level of scope and responsibility. You show up every day with the thinking patterns that are focused on results that make things happen for the company or the organization that you're working with, and that you feel good about, and you walk away at the end of the day with satisfaction and accomplishment. That's what we're about. That's what this program is about. And if you'd like to know more, stay with us.